Hello students of class 7 and welcome back to yet another class of English grammar. Today we will be doing another topic, the subject and the predicate. This may be not a very new topic for you. You would have definitely done it in the lower classes, but let's see what the subject and the predicate is. The subject is normally the naming part of a sentence. So the naming part of a sentence is the subject. The doing part of the sentence is the predicate. Now we know that the doing word is the verb. So therefore, from the verb which follows, all the words which follow after the verb, we call it the predicate. So the naming part, subject, the doing part, predicate. For example, Jaya laughed. Jaya over here is the subject doing the action. What is she doing? She has laughed. So laughed becomes the doing part or the predicate. All the students, again, is the subject, were making a noise. Therefore, all the students is the subject, were making a noise is the predicate. Now you will observe that in the first example, we have only Jaya, just one word is the subject. But here you see all the students is the main noun. You have over here articles, you have determiners. So all the students will come under the subject. So in some cases the subject may be only one word. In some sentences the subject may be more than one word. Now, how are you going to spot the subject? Let's see in different kinds of sentences. In a declarative sentence, in the last class we have studied the kinds of sentences. So in a declarative sentence, you will not observe that the subject appears before the verb. For example, Jaya laughed, that's a declarative sentence. So the subject is coming before the verb. Or in the example, the puppy bit the postman's ankle. Who is the doing word is the verb bit. Who is doing the action? The puppy. Therefore, the puppy becomes the subject. Since it's a declarative sentence, the subject is coming before the verb. So, bit is the verb. Therefore, in declarative sentences, you will observe that the subject comes before the verb. Let's see interrogative sentences. Interrogative sentences are sentences which ask a question. Now, where is the puppy? Over here you will find that the subject comes after the verb. Is the verb. After the verb is the puppy. So the puppy is the subject. In an interrogative sentence, you will find that the subject comes after the verb. Whereas in a declarative sentence, the subject is before the verb. Imperative sentences are sentences which give you an order or a command. Now, normally an imperative sentence is given to a person. You will talk to a person. So therefore, the subject you is implied. It is understood that you are talking to someone, so the someone will be the you. Therefore, we do not write you come here, we just say come here. So when I say come here, it's an imperative sentence. If I say you come here, then it will be a declarative sentence. So in an imperative sentence, which is a command, you will find that the you is understood. We do not write the you, but we know that we are talking to a person. In an exclamatory sentence, you will find that the subject generally comes before the verb. For example, how beautiful the garden is. Is the verb. So the garden is the subject. What is beautiful? It's the garden. Therefore, the garden is the subject, followed by the verb. So when I have an exclamatory sentence, this is an exclamation mark. When I have an exclamatory sentence, I will see that my subject is coming before the verb. So in the declarative sentence, the subject is before the verb. In an interrogative sentence, the subject is after the verb. In an imperative sentence, the subject is understood. And in an exclamatory sentence, again, the subject comes before the verb. So I hope you have understood how to pick out the subject. Remember that the subject is the naming part, the person or thing that does the action. It could be a one word subject, or it could be a number of words subject. Now we will go on to see how the predicate is formed. Finish up with the talk. Now let's see the kinds of predicates. We know that the predicate is the doing part. From the verb, all the words which follow is the predicate. Now we have different kinds of predicates. The first one is the predicate can be a single verb. For example, the dog barked. So barked over here is the verb and it is the predicate, even though it's only one word. The predicate can be a phrase. Now a phrase is a group of words, but it does not have a verb. So your predicate can be a phrase. The phrase can contain the tense, some form of the tense. It could have the person and the number. The clouds are gathering. So here are gathering is the predicate, and here we see it is the present continuous tense, and the clouds becomes your subject. So our gathering is agreeing with clouds, therefore our gathering will be your predicate. Now when we have an intransitive verb, an intransitive verb is a verb which does not take an object. When your verb is an intransitive verb, then the predicate includes not only your verb but also your modifier. The girls laughed loudly. Laughed over here is your verb. How did they laugh loudly? Loudly is an adverb. Therefore, laughed loudly becomes your predicate. The mango smells sweet. Smells over here is the verb, and sweet over here is an adjective. Therefore, you will find that here we have the predicate together with a verb and the modifier. When the verb is a transitive verb is a verb which takes an object. Then when the verb takes an object, the verb and the object become your predicate. Not only the verb, but the verb. So kicked is the verb. What did Ravi kick? The football. Football over here is the direct object. So the verb and the object form your predicate. When you have a transitive verb with two objects, when I say two objects, you have a direct object and an indirect object. So father bought me a bike. Bought is the verb. What did he buy? He bought a bike. The bike becomes the direct object. He bought the bike for whom? For me. Me becomes the indirect object. Then bought me a bike is the predicate. A predicate can be two or more words. Here you have seen the predicate is one word. Here you have seen the predicate is the continuous tense. Here we have seen the predicate with the verb and a modifier. Here you have seen the predicate with its object. Here we have the predicate with the verb and the direct and the indirect object. Now the predicate can be two or more verbs. We ate dinner. Ate over here is one verb. Watched again is another verb. So ate dinner and watched a film becomes your predicate. So I hope you have understood how to identify the subject and the predicate. Till then, take care.